This workbook has data in 4 different worksheets. And you can see down at the bottom, we have worksheets for different regions of the company, north, south, east, and west. And we can see up here, it tells us also what region we're in. And let's just click on them. So click on the south region and click on the east region and click on the west region. And you see each of these are almost identical. The only thing that's different is the data. The columns are the same, the rows are the same, everything is the same. And this is kind of important because when you do a workbook that has multiple sheets of the same type of data, it makes it a lot easier on you to make sure that they're consistent. By the way, the shortcut to move from one worksheet to another, you could press Control Page down to get to the next worksheet and Control Page up to go to the previous worksheet. Well, let's do something useful here. You see over here in cell A13 it says bar soap. That really should say bar soap 4 pieces. But we don't want to type that in separately in each of these 4 worksheets. So make sure the north sheet is selected and shift-click the west sheet to select them all. But there's also another way to do it. Click any of these tabs to deselect. The other way to select all the worksheets is right-click any of the worksheets and choose Select All Sheets. Now in A13, double-click after the word soap. So you have the cursor, type a space, and I'll type 4 pieces. You could abbreviate that if you want. And press Enter. Well, I did that on the north sheet. Click the other sheets, and you see in the south, the east, and the west, it's now all changed to bar soap 4 pieces. Well, what we also want to do here is we want to get a summary of all 4 regions in this first half of the year. Well, the easiest way to do it is to take one of these existing worksheets and duplicate it to use as a summary, and all we have to do then is remove the data. So let's take the west sheet and hold the Control key down, and with the mouse, drag the tab, make sure your mouse pointer is on the tab for the west sheet, drag to the right. Now you need to make sure that there's a little plus sign attached to the mouse pointer, and this little down arrow is to the right of the west sheet. Always let go of the mouse before letting go of the keyboard. And now it tells us West 2 because you can't have 2 worksheets of the same name. Now I'm just going to delete this for a second. Let's just right-click that West 2 and delete, and choose Delete. If you really don't like control dragging, I think that's the easiest way. There is another way. You could right-click that sheet, choose Move or Copy, choose here Create a Copy, and choose Move to End, and click OK. Now you see why I like control dragging. It's just a lot easier. Well, we want this to be a summary of the 4 regions, so double-click where it says West 2, and let's type Summary and press Enter. And over here in A2, double-click where it says West Region, select that, and call it Summary, and Enter. Now, we want to add the 4 regions here, so we need to get rid of the data. So let's select on the first cell of data, and select down here. So you want to make sure to select all of the cells that have monthly data. We're going to delete this data, so you want to make sure not to select the total column because we have formulas in there we want to keep. You don't want to select the total row because we have formulas there also we want to keep. Just select the monthly data and press Delete. And when you do that, of course, these are all zeros, so your total column and total row show 0. Now I'm going to show you 2 ways of adding this in. Kind of a manual cherry pick way, and then a more automatic way using the sum function. So let's click in the very first cell here, January for cooking oil, and cell B5. So let's say equals because we're going to do basic addition. So click the North tab, click that same cell, and type a plus. Click the South tab, click that same cell, type a plus. Click the East tab, click that same cell, type a plus. Click the West tab, choose the same cell, don't type a plus because we're done. And take a look at the formula. This tells us North, exclamation, that means the North tab. So the North tab B5 plus the South tab B5 plus the East tab B5 plus the West tab B5. So no need for a plus. And now press Enter. And now we have the summary. Well, we don't have to do this for all the other cells here. We can autofill. So make sure you have that 18,000 selected. Put your mouse pointer on that autofill dot in the lower right corner of the cell. Make sure your mouse pointer is that crosshair, and double-click to fill down to the bottom. And now all of these cells are selected. They share one common autofill dot. Put your mouse pointer on that. Make sure your mouse pointer is a crosshair, and drag across to the right. And now we have them all filled in. Well, that's great and it's fast, but there is a faster way of doing it. So once again, let's select all of the data, press delete, make sure you did not delete anything in the total column and you did not delete anything in the total row, and click back up there in January cooking oil, cell B5. Here's how we do it with the sum function and with selecting multiple sheets. Type equals sum and open up the parenthesis, so we're going to use the sum function. Now click the North tab. Don't click any cells yet. Hold the Shift key down and click the West tab. So we click the North tab and we Shift-clicked the West tab, so we have them all selected. Notice up here in the formula bar, this is telling us North, West, North through West. And choose the first number there and just press Enter or Control Enter, and boom, it puts them all in. So we have the sum of the North tab through the West tab of cell B5. And now we can double click the autofill handle there and take this auto handle here and drag across, and we have that filled in. So the autofilling is the same, but you see how much faster and easier it is by using the sum function than cherry picking it. I don't know about you, I think this is pretty cool.